let's start getting the ideas going. I wanted to open up with one here. I actually have a visual inspiration right in front of me. 1 second. Okay, so basically, a month or so ago, Runda and I were at a trade show together, a very random trade show. It was called FabTech. It was for basically the welding and fabrication industry. And this man approached us in a parking lot and invited us to just visit their 3D printing studio. So we went to visit them, and it was a pretty cool place. They did 3D printing stuff, and it was interesting. And something that they just sort of gave us as a party favor was these things. There is just
a Dorito.
It's 3D printed, but whatever. It's not real. So it kind of made me think like, hey, this would be a really interesting angle for business cards. But obviously, it's kind of a lot to drop on a business card for the average person. I mean, if you're in some really intense sales, like maybe it makes sense to drop like probably $100 or something is the minimum to get something like that printed. But if you wanted to do it as one of the founders cards type things where you tap it on someone's phone and then your contact gets attached to that. So basically, the idea is to just turn this into a founder's card that is boutiqueified. So essentially, I'm just going to walk through the process of exactly how you would do this. So number one, find a supplier that specializes in the 3D printing and probably scanning as well. And then because we're trying to stay lean, just go to Thingiverse and find some free 3D assets. But, just make it something interesting. I mean, this is a great prompt. A Dorito. A Dorito would make a great business card. So start there and run with that. So go to the supplier, and once you've chosen like maybe 5 assets, ask them to print each one of them. They'll probably bundle together the pricing, so it probably wouldn't be that bad. I think it's something that the average person can afford to do for anybody who's hesitant out there. And then from there, once you have these in hand, just start creating content with them as much as you can so that you can do some A/B testing and figure out what's working and where the interest is. And then past that point, if you find interest in a particular one of these, then that's where you create your online e-commerce side and do a limited drop. And that's where you can really have a lot of fun with the branding and stuff, because I think it's the type of idea that is really meant to be sort of a boutique thing, where maybe you're making like you're only making 25 Doritos, for example. You could sort of follow the same angle as like the Mischief boots, the type of stuff that they do where it's like an art studio, just signaling quality and boutique, and at the end of the day, just being memeable and inherently viral. But yeah, I sort of thought of that as just a general framework for basically a new type of cross between like a boutique art studio and a business card store, I guess.
In terms of the like absurdity of the amount of things that you can make a business card, because like Dorito is one example, and then another one could be like a pack of gum is actually a business card. How absurd do you think you can get while still being able to actually give those to people? You know what I mean? Like, could you make like a I don't know, like a speaker, like a lamp business card? You know what I mean? Like how much do you think you can expand out of that realistically in terms of absurdity, and people would like be like, oh my god, this guy gave me this business card, look at that, but also like easily accessible to like pull out of your pocket kind of thing. What do you guys think would be some of the more absurd examples of business cards that can be done with this? Most memorable, I guess. Like this Dorito is memorable. What else like do you think?
I think that the idea is based off of 3D printing from the beginning, because that is the most low budget choice that has a really low barrier to entry, that like pretty much anybody could do it. I think that you could get like really extreme with it. Actually directly playing on like the Mischief boots. Well, we should probably put a picture of that up in the final edit as well, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about. You can custom make basically any type of shoe. So the angle that I would take is just a business card shoe that like you can wear. Like it's just a pair of shoes that are like probably really bizarre looking, or somehow striking in some way. I think that's what I would do. Also, just to get like a pair of shoes out of it.
They're pretty brilliant shoes. Fancy, isn't it?
I remember like with a bunch of these BuzzFeed article websites, there used to be, I mean, if you Google this now, you could probably find a bunch. Google search creative business cards, inspirations, or something like that. There's just like a whole list of these. I think like if you become like the creative boutique of like business card creation studio, like I remember some of these business cards are like an edible pasta business card for an Italian restaurant, or like a stretch rubber business card for like a gym, or like a personal trainer's information, where it's just like, oh yeah, if you have like the strength to stretch this rubber, you're able to, you know, get qualified to call this personal trainer. So there's like a whole slew of these like creative business cards that some of them literally win creative awards from. I mean, if you position yourself in the marketplace as like the most creative business card design studio, there might be a market for it, where in the B2B market, where someone that really needs to generate the PR for it can actually try to at least purchase your services for, I don't know, for a package of like at a absurd premium, probably at $5,000, to give you an idea of an interesting business card, and just like give you like a certain quantity of these. And then in terms of like social content, I can just like think of so many interesting kind of social content as an agency, and just like service these creative business cards out of TikToks. And then you can literally make a UGC TikTok page on just like someone handing you a edible pasta or lasagna business card, going like, oh yeah, what is this? And then I remember like there's like interesting stories like that, but then there's also bizarre business card stories where I'm not sure if like it's still circling around in the advertising industry, but one time there was a local creative in Toronto trying to advertise their portfolio as a junior creative intern. So what they did, I don't remember exactly what they were saying in that message, but they showed up with a microwave with their portfolio website written on top of it. And then maybe it means like, oh, he'll get you instant baked ideas just like as fast as you get from your lunch break or something. But he didn't get hired. But yeah, some people just like come up with like weird thoughts. It can't be like totally weird. It needs to be like these feasible kind of intentful creative business cards. But yeah, if you sell to a Walmart or a Costco, just like Doritos chips or something, you can literally 3D print that chip. I'm going like, oh yeah, this is what the chip feels like. And then by the way, on the chip, it's like got my snacks dealer or distribution dealer information on top of it. So that's like an interesting way to just like advertise your snacks company.
Yeah, it has the B2C and the B2B angle where, you can charge high prices to consumers because you'll make it boutique and nice and, quality. And then, on the other side, it's just something that in the business world just will rely on it. So the high value clients will just come straight knocking on your door and saying, "Hey, how much does it cost for you to make me one? I don't know what I want though. So here's 5K. Can you please figure this out for me?" So yeah, it's a good sort of maybe like 3-person type business that could actually pay the bills for some people.
I think just like Tim mentioned in this call, it's cool to see how business oriented you guys are, B2B, B2C. It's like, these are outside of my world, kind of. Obviously, I understand them, but it's funny to hear all the business side of things and thinking business oriented. So I'm here to learn.
I love it.